I'm terrified you'll ruin me in bed, not because of what you'll do, but because of how deeply I'll feel afterward. It scares me how close I come to losing control when I imagine you beside me, knowing I might never be the same again. I'm not afraid of desire itself. I'm afraid of how completely I might surrender to you when the lights go out. There's a quiet panic in my chest, wondering if one night with you would rewrite every rule I ever lived. I fear you'll ruin me in bed by making everything else feel empty once you're gone. The thought of you touching my soul before my body is what truly terrifies me. I'm scared because I know I wouldn't just remember you. I'd crave you long after. You don't just awaken desire in me. You awaken a version of myself I might not be able to silence again. I've survived heartbreak, but I don't know if I'd survive how intensely you make me feel. I'm terrified you'll ruin me in bed by teaching me what I've been missing my entire life. It's dangerous how safe I feel imagining you close, like I'd give you parts of me without a fight. I don't fear intimacy. I fear the attachment that would follow if you looked at me that way. You make me nervous in the quietest moments, when nothing happens except my thoughts spiraling toward you. I'm scared you'll ruin me because I'd never want ordinary again after you. There's a trembling honesty in admitting that you could undo me without even trying. I fear the way my guard disappeared whenever I picture your presence near mine. It's not the closeness that scares me, it's how deeply I'd let you in. I'm terrified you'll ruin me in bed by making my heart believe it's more than just a moment. You don't just spark desire, you awaken a hunger that refuses to be ignored. I'm afraid because I know I wouldn't just give you my body, I'd give you my trust. There's something unsettling about wanting someone this intensely and knowing there's no escape. I fear you'd ruin me by showing me how powerful connection can really be. The idea of you knowing me in that way feels thrilling and terrifying all at once. I'm scared you'd ruin me because I'd stop pretending I don't care. You make me feel seen in a way that strips me of every defense. I don't fear losing control. I fear how much I'd enjoy giving it to you. There's a vulnerability in wanting you that leaves me exposed even to myself. I'm terrified because one night with you could change how I define closeness forever. You make my heart race with possibilities I'm not sure I'm ready to face. I fear you'd ruin me by making me crave emotional intimacy as much as physical closeness. The scariest part is knowing I'd trust you with everything I try to hide. I'm afraid you'd ruin me because I'd fall harder than I ever planned to. You awaken a softness in me that feels dangerous in the best way. I don't fear passion. I fear the silence afterward when I'd still want you. I'm terrified you'd ruin me by making me feel deeply alive. There's something reckless about wanting you when I know the cost could be high. I fear the way my heart leans toward you without permission. You make me question whether I've ever truly let someone close before. I'm scared you'd ruin me by turning longing into something unforgettable. The thought of you knowing my vulnerabilities is more intense than anything physical. I fear how easily I'd open up if you whispered my name. You don't just attract me, you unsettle me in ways I can't explain. I'm terrified you'd ruin me by making connection feel sacred again. There's a dangerous comfort in imagining you holding my attention completely. I fear I'd lose myself in the way you make me feel understood. You awaken emotions I thought I'd buried long ago. I'm scared because I know I wouldn't walk away unchanged. You make intimacy feel like both a risk and a reward. I fear you'd ruin me by making me want more than I can handle. There's something powerful about how deeply you stir my thoughts. I'm terrified you'd ruin me because I'd stop settling for less afterward. You make my heart feel exposed before anything even happens. I fear the way desire turns into vulnerability when it's you. I'm scared you'd ruin me by teaching me how intense connection can be. You make closeness feel like a beautiful threat. I fear I'd fall into you without thinking twice. You awaken a longing that refuses to stay quiet. I'm terrified you'd ruin me because I'd never forget how you made me feel. You make intimacy feel like a doorway I'm afraid to walk through. I'm scared you'll ruin me in bed, not with touch, but with how deeply you'd stay with me afterward.